So the plan was just to do a sub-breakthrough trip and enjoy the visuals, but I ended up accidentally breaking through. My first two hits were small, and then the third one was huge, and yeah, it was very bizarre. Hello my friends, I hope you're doing well. Come on in, everybody, come on in to my bedroom. Welcome to another video. And I'm going to do DMT inside of the VR today. And I've been wanting to do that for quite a while, but just an opportunity never really arose, or I was doing other videos, or like I didn't really have a method that I felt super confident doing it with, really. Until now, the Yocan Evolve XL Plus with a ceramic donut coil. It's an old vape, you know, it's been around for many years now, but it seems to be working good for me now. I used it before and it didn't work good, but now it's working good, and so it's perfect for VR. And I was looking at games to do, and there's one called Ayahuasca. I think it's just called Ayahuasca, and it's like a simulated ayahuasca trip. Like you sit there like with a shaman, and it's really just like a visual game, but it like progresses from one stage to the next, and each one's different, and it looks really crazy. And so you'll be able to see what I'm seeing, and yeah, I'm gonna, you know, go for a pretty good dose. I don't want to be like blasted off to where like, I don't know, I'm not in my VR or something, because like, I don't know, like having all this stuff on my head, I might like mistake it for like some like machine arm god like ripping my head off or something, you know, something crazy like that, and that really wouldn't be any fun. So, and then also, just so you guys know, I did a trip downtown Vancouver the other day too that worked out really well, and I got good footage of that, and so that's going to be a video. I know I haven't been uploading as much lately, but I got my DMT confidence back, and I got some good, like, I want to spend more time on my videos and make really good solid videos. If I'm going to be filming myself doing DMT, I might as well make the most of the video to expose it to the max. If you could leave a like, I would appreciate it. If not, that's okay. If you dislike it, what the hell, man. Hey guys, I'm going to pop up every once in a while just to explain what I was thinking at the moment, what I was seeing or feeling from what I can remember anyways. And I think I'll be able to describe the trip a lot better now that I've had a day or two. Okay, so I went through this app before. It takes like 20 minutes. I probably won't be in there the whole time, but at the beginning it's all like snakes and cockroaches, and like it all starts out with that, and it like forms a portal that eventually becomes cool. And I just think I'm gonna do breathing exercises during the snake part, and then as I emerge into the beautifulness, I'll be like breathing out my hit, you know. Ideally, that's how it goes down, and then I just have a beautiful time, right? Right? Okay, so I've been on psychedelics in VR before, but not very high doses, or not doses that were like super visual, of not DMT, like of mushrooms or acid, I think maybe once, and it wasn't that great. The visuals, like, they seem to be harder to summon in VR. It's like in real life there's so much more going on, and it's so much more dynamic, like there's stuff moving, and in VR it's just a lot simpler. I think it's harder for your brain to maybe make hallucinations out of it or something. I don't know, but we'll see what happens, because it's already crazy VR. Like you can see whatever you want, really. So will I be able to differentiate between what's DMT and what's the VR? We'll see. That's the ticket. So as I'd said, the beginning of this is very kind of strange and creepy. I wasn't really grossed out by it or anything, although I wouldn't want to go through like real snakes and insects like that. but I also thought it might be kind of weird for DMT to experience that, especially since the peak is so short. The entire trip would be like in this section, so I thought I would wait till I got to a cooler part for when I took the DMT. And during this time I was just doing breathing exercises because that seems to have helped my last trip. I was doing like something I learned from the Wim Hof method, which I sort of just do like a basic, my own version of it. It's basically you breathe in and out, deep breaths, uninterrupted, no pause in between. I was just kind of doing that silently. And then at the very end you exhale and then hold your breath for a long time, like a minute or something like that. And then you inhale and then hold it in for another 15 seconds. That's, I don't know, the one I learned anyways. I thought it would make good use of this time here where I'm just basically going through snakes and worms and stuff, which I've heard is like a real thing on ayahuasca. People experience stuff with DMT in. Okay, so I'm taking in my first hit here. This is from the Yocan XL Plus. And the first hit wasn't very big. It was just sort of I'm afraid of holding the thing for too long. You don't want to like overheat it, so I was just kind of like pulsing it on and off. And the first hit was kind of small, although I tasted it quite a bit. The third hit made me realize how small the first one and the second one were. I wasn't really even that high after the second hit, but the third hit really put me over the top. And here I get eaten by a snake in the video, and that like freaked me out. Because I was getting like that head rush, the crazy head rush you get on the first hit. Feels like you're gonna pass out sometimes. Now for the second hit. It's very smooth with the Yocan, I gotta say. It was not difficult at all to hold these in. And then this is the third hit. This was a really big hit. It felt like it anyways. And like the hit felt like it, and then the effects felt like it for sure. I was very confused after this hit for a little bit, and then I sort of settled into the trip a little bit. As I was climbing up this big blue thing up into that hole at the top, the first visuals I noticed were weird. The edges of the VR, if you've ever tried one, some of the more cheaper ones especially, you'll see black at the very edges, and for some reason that started forming like a circle, a very small circle, which is very strange. It didn't look like a hallucination at all, and it looked like I was looking through binoculars at one point. And that was only at around this part at the very beginning. That sort of subsided before long. There's no colors and stuff like that going off, patterns and shit like that. I was very kind of confused about all this blue stuff at the time being. I was aware I was tripping, but also like I felt like confusion coming on. Sometimes you try to fight it and you get confused anyways, but I think I sort of pulled myself out of it a bit. I wasn't feeling bad or scared or anything at this point. I was just sort of confused, and the visuals they might have been in there, but I didn't notice anything because I didn't know what was visual and what wasn't really. Although I'm sure you can have visuals in a VR trip that are distinct and obviously visuals. I just imagine you would be able to. I just didn't get them really in this trip. It was a lot of like when I started like peaking, I wasn't seeing much, and I'll let you know when that is. At this point, I was sort of not remembering a lot of what was going on right now. And I did not mean to break through, I just meant to do like a sub-breakthrough trip. And good thing I blew the third hit early. I was gonna hold it in really long, but I'm like, that felt really big and I'm probably good to go. And I was. Yeah, this part I don't remember at all. And then, okay, yeah. I do remember some of the redness. Yeah, the redness. This is where I was thinking about multiverses and simulation stuff. And I was like, I could see all these little tiny, like I saw different like lives and like in different galaxies or universes that were being played out. And it just showed like multiple versions of the same thing over and over. Like I saw like the universes like splitting off from each other in real time, seeing like, you know, multiple universes like being created out of just simple actions or whatever divides realities, if that's even a thing. And it seems so like so real, these feelings that like this is all just, I don't know, it's almost like the universe started from a freaked chain reaction out of like nothingness, and it wasn't like, I don't know, a being or something. Yeah, okay, this part I wasn't seeing very much. Like what you're seeing on the screen, you know, it was very dark and murky, like I was in dark waters or something. Like I couldn't see very much at all. And this red part here, this seems to have lasted a very long time. Like I felt like I was in this part alone for like 10 minutes. I did know I was tripping though. I wasn't like blacked out at this point. It was very hazy though. And when I say I saw like universes splitting off, that's like not really what it was. It's just sort of like the closest I can get to describing it. I saw like different like views into different universes, and like I could sense the like the robot or the AI that like put these things into like existence or created them or whatever, however it works, which probably doesn't work like any of what I'm saying at all, but it was lucidly like that, and it was very intense, and I was seeing like tons of these pieces of information that I can't describe to you right now, all like there's so much of it being presented to me. It was crazy. And this part I remember was cool visually. I was starting to come to, and the visuals were more interesting now that I was back on Earth. Everything just looked very, like, way cooler than it normally would. I remember this dead guy on the ground I float over, looked very cool. And at this point I'm probably thinking about like how the trip went, and like, okay, I survived it, will this make for a good video or not? And then maybe trying to make sense of all that shit I was just seeing. Which some of it I must have forgotten for sure. Some of that peak. But yeah, so I wouldn't say that the VR and the trip melded together into one cool unified experience at all. It felt like I had a breakthrough trip that was sort of like interfered with a bit by the VR. That's sort of like what happened. And I'm not saying it's going to be like that every time. I'm definitely going to experiment more with it. Next time maybe I'm just going to go and find a chill VR room. People like make rooms and they like compete with each other basically. You just see who makes the best, like coolest just VR rooms. And there's a whole bunch of different themes. There's a really cool vaporwave one. And I'll just go and chill in that room, I think. It'll be better than being in a like seated, like a roller coaster basically this game is. You can't wander around and stuff. So I think maybe that'll be cool if I could wander around just a VR room. I'm gonna try that next, maybe today actually. And at this point I was feeling like pretty good. Not as good as I do when I get like very divine or spiritual trips. That always leaves me in like an amazing mood. Sometimes it's not spiritual or divine like that and it still leaves me in a great mood. Sometimes something really crazy happens or something like mind-blowing or just like kind of freaky, like simulation stuff, like stuff you don't want to be true necessarily, or like stuff like that. After trips like that, I don't feel like great. I feel pretty good though, and just more interested and amazed at what just happened. By all means, it's a successful trip. Like a million times better than a bad trip, you know, or something scary. I don't like the scary. And I've had a couple botched attempts of DMT in VR, and I remember it was always scary to take my headset off, because I knew it like half worked inside my headset, and so I'd be scared to take it off and be afraid of what I might find. But what always happened, I'd say, oh, see, I just said I'm afraid to take it off. Okay, I think that concludes my part, though. I will let Past Dustin here to take it from do the rest. Take it from here. This is very pretty. No, dude. Blow shit on my face, dog. Fucking knock you out, bro. Rude. Okay. Is it safe to come out? Very interesting. That was very interesting. Oh, I'm still quite high. So I probably look crazy, all sweaty and stuff. Anytime someone comes out of fucking VR, they look like Saddam Hussein after they found him in his hole. Okay, so my plan was to do a sub-breakthrough trip so I can appreciate the visuals, and the visuals would look crazy and stuff. But what I did by accident was a breakthrough trip. And that was very bizarre. I'm still very high. Everything's still very wobbly. Everything looks very sharp and contrasty. My body feels good. It was a simulation-y trip. I just felt like everything is, because like, how can it not? But I also got a big impending feeling of that it was all for nothing. There's nothing, there's no conscious entity that started everything. It's just, everything happened because it just happened. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, visually, what I saw, okay, I don't get closed eye visuals, like almost not at all. I'm also not like just a very visual person, like mentally speaking. Like I can picture stuff in my head. I'm not like, what's that word? I don't know the word, but I'm not that, like I picture an apple in my head, you know? But I think how strong your mental visions are have a lot to do with the type of visualizations you get. And then also, but that's, I don't know, I've had beautiful visual trips as well too, but that one, it's okay. When I blew up, the third hit was huge, and I blew that out, and it was weird, like the black edges of the headset, you know, like how the edges, there's a little bit of blackness in the Quest 2 anyways, that all started like shrinking, like everything started going black, and like I was looking at the app, the video, but like through binoculars or something, which was very weird. I had to go back and look through the playback very quickly to see if that was like part of it, but it wasn't. And that was really strange. And it's like my brain didn't know what to do or some shit. It's like I started seeing, I was going through galaxies and stuff, and like, I don't know, I could see everything was pixelated, and it's just like it was trying to like document, like it was almost like the universe was like drawing my experience from me, like this is something that's new that we should record in the universe, or like, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get it out while I'm still high, and then I'll probably, when I edit this video tomorrow, I'll like give a clear, sober take. Okay, it wasn't like the most spiritual or beautiful trip, but okay, it was just so weird being there, because like I went through the playback very briefly, and then like there was a big chunk of that video that looked really beautiful, and like I'm like, I don't remember that part at all. Basically, when I blew up my third hit, I don't remember the visuals from that moment for the next like 3 or 4 minutes looked like blackness with like a snake or something going by every once in a while, which that's not what happened. The part where like everything was black and like reddish, that seemed to last an eternity. I seemed to be there for like 5 minutes, and then when I stopped thinking, like, oh, I was just having all these insights as to why, like, it's a simulation. Like, it was freaky. I can't explain what that looked like, but it was a mixture of what I was seeing in the VR and a mixture of, like, a breakthrough trip. It was like that kid that definitely, like, interfered with the trip, not in a good way. Like, they didn't, the VR and the DMT didn't marry together into, like, one cool unified experience. It was like a breakthrough trip being interfered with by the VR, if you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that happens every time. I'm sure, like, under different circumstances that could have been, like, very cool. It was a cool trip. It just wasn't like it wasn't like a joyous one, you know. I didn't see, like, a god. It was I either see God or it's all a simulation. It's like and both are fascinating, but one feels better and then one is just like, that was crazy. And this was like the latter. I've seen how the universe works, like, in DMT trips, like, this way before. Like, it looks like I'm flying, like, downwards, and, like, I could just see things, like, flying by, like, universes, or, like, just, I could see, like, different universes, like, spawning, like, constantly. Different, like, parallel universes. Like, there's a Dustin that, instead of explaining this sentence right now, said, "I'll be right back," and he's going to the washroom. There's another Dustin that said, "Well, I'm gonna end the video, but this Dustin is doing this, and you're all here in this one with me." And there's just, like, trillions. I was gonna say trillions. It's such a small number. There's, like, infinite. There's infinite of them happening but then, like, that's my feeble human understanding of it all. Like, how can that be a thing? If they're splitting off, that means, like, there has to be frames. They have to be happening one after another. But no, the universe is not. It's more than granular. It's like there's no frames. It's like there's no smallest object. Maybe in this universe there's the smallest thing, but this is not the only universe. What, like, strings or quarks or gluons or some shit? DMT is weird. DMT is cool. DMT is great. DMT is a tool. That's a haiku I just wrote. I'm not sure if it's a haiku per se, or I'll shut up now. No, I won't. I'm making the video. Just keep talking. Okay, I instantly want a bowl and a drink. I'll BRB. It's my seal impression. So, what else do I have to say? I gotta drink a bowl and smoke a drink. I gotta drink a drink and smoke a bowl. Why can you drink? It's like building a building. You can drink a drink. I'm trying to think of what that all means. Why some words do that and some don't. You can toast, but you can't sandwich a sandwich. You make a sandwich, you know? Like, sandwiching a sandwich is not the process of making a sandwich. Yeah, building a building is the process of making a building.
Why is this?
I look girly when I do this. I'll put my leg up like a man. No, I won't. Scratch that. The channel's been around for a year. I mean, since a year and a half, but, like, the first, like, 3 or 4 months, it was, like, no growth. And I think I'm so happy with how, like, the first year went. The views dipped a little bit, but then again, I haven't been posting as frequently, and then also, like, I took a break from the DMT content. But it started to go up back again. And then also this year, I'm going to put in twice as much work as I did last year, or this year. Next year, I'm going to, you know what I mean? And I'm super bullish on my channel. I'd invest in JPT right now. Give me your money. You get 0 back though. I'm not prized to be won. I'm not a piece of meat. Okay, what am I? I'm gonna shut up. Wow, okay, I think that concludes for now. I'm going to do a recap tomorrow and then add it to the end of this video here. So good night for now, and I give you guys future Dustin. Future Dustin, take it away. I better remember to say thank you past Dustin tomorrow. I probably won't. You guys will get to see it. I'm probably just going to be like, okay, welcome back to the second part. Thank you past Dustin, but there is nothing to say. I can't believe you didn't think I would remember to say it. You have no faith in me, past Dustin? Alright, see you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I got another cool DMT video coming for you guys soon. And then after I get that up, I think I'll look at doing live DMT trips again, because that was so much fun. See you guys later. Have a great day, evening, dawn, dusk, morning, afternoon, night, twilight, midnight. I don't care what time it is. That matters not. I just care that it's good and happy and lovely and splendid for you.
Thank you for watching Yocan Evolve. Check out these videos to my right and subscribe below for similar content. Have a lovely day.